Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at the words of Hansi Flick ahead of tomorrow's match in La Liga as Barcelona, they have an opportunity to clinch and claw back into that La Liga title race as Real Madrid, they draw points to Espanyol. And then as well, we're going to be talking about President Javier Tebas as his pursuit to end Dani Olmo's registration. It continues. What an absolute clown. We're going to be talking about that. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's look at the words from Hansi Flick before tomorrow's match against Alavés, which is going to be an early kickoff. It's going to be a 2 p.m. local time kickoff in the East Coast. It's going to be 8 a.m. Eastern time, and if you're on the West Coast, it's going to be even earlier. You're going to have an early kickoff right there. But Hansi Flick, he starts off by saying, we have to be careful with Alavés. They score very early. He talks about the young players. He says, what I see in training is that they enjoy themselves. They like to compete with each other. They feel the coach's confidence. They must feel that support. We believe that they can do very well. And this is something that I do really like about Hansi Flick. You know, he is very close with the players. He is very supportive of them. And when you look at some of the, for example, the interactions with them, you see that Hansi Flick is a leader, and it is reflected out onto the pitch. How the players they play with the freedom, and they do play with his confidence in mind. Hansi Flick now talks about Iñigo Martínez and Dani Olmo, two players who are a doubt, but he does give his thoughts about that, and he says it's not easy for anyone, but the calendar is what it is. We're doing well. Iñigo is already available, and Dani needs a little bit more time. And so it's most likely that Iñigo Martínez is going to be in the squad tomorrow for Alavés. I don't think he's going to be involved, but I do think that he's going to be available for Barcelona's midweek clash in the Copa del Rey against Valencia next week. Dani Olmo is a doubt for that match, and we're going to have to see how these next upcoming games and upcoming days go and see the development and everything. But, we wish Dani Olmo all the very best. And it's very, very good news that Iñigo Martínez is ready to be fit again. Hansi Flick, he now talks about, the early kickoff, and he says the preparation is not very different. We have to adapt. I'm focusing on Alavés. We have to want to win and show it from the start. We'll see if they play more defensively or attackingly. We can play the same at 2 in the afternoon. And Barcelona, they have to go with much, much more ambition, because guys, when we look at Real Madrid in their last game, they lost against Espanyol away in their own stadium. Espanyol playing at home, they beat Real Madrid 1-0, and Barcelona, they have a fantastic opportunity to clinch some points back, because when we now look at the La Liga table, guys, I want to show you this right here. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see. But Real Madrid right now, they are on 49 points. If Barcelona win tomorrow, they would be able to claw that 7-point gap and only make it 4. That's absolutely fantastic. And Barcelona, they have to go laser focus in order to win tomorrow's match. But continuing on and looking at the words from Hansi Flick, he talks about the calendar. He says it is important for us to be focused. Our schedule is not easy because we play on Monday, Saturday, Valencia, Sevilla. We will have 2 days of rest, and then we can prepare for a week of training. I don't want to talk about the other teams. For us, those 2 weeks are fine. And Barcelona, reiterating, have to be laser focused. Hansi Flick now talks about possible reinforcements, and he says, I don't want to talk about that. I'm happy with what I have. Everyone is focused. They want to play and take a step forward. That's the most important thing for the coach, and that's why I'm happy. I really like that Hansi Flick, he's not demanding things of the board and of Barcelona, but looking at how well Hansi Flick has been doing this season, I would really like Barcelona to go out in the January transfer window and add some reinforcements into the squad. Talk with Hansi Flick and say, hey, is there a player that is, catching your eye that you would want to come in? I really hope that Deco and Hansi Flick, they have this discussion. And if not, reinforcements don't come in the January transfer window. Let's make it happen in the summer transfer window. And, you know, obviously, we would like players to come in, but with no players leaving, with no salary space, it makes things very difficult. Hansi Flick talks about the number one goalkeeper, about Szczesny. He says, at the moment, it is like that. He is number one. Yes. And Hansi Flick, firm. Szczesny is the number one goalkeeper. And if Hansi Flick has made that decision, he's made it. Stick with it. You don't want to have the situation where you're giving minutes to Peña, minutes to Szczesny, minutes to Peña, minutes to Szczesny, because then the goalkeepers can't build a rhythm and momentum. Right now, we want Szczesny to get that momentum going, to get that game rhythm, in order for, when it comes knocking, when the big games come calling, he is 100% ready. And he doesn't have that rust. He doesn't make those same mistakes that he did, when he first started coming back into the team. Hansi Flick now talks about the rivals that got complicated. He says, I've already said it once. If you give up 5%, you don't win. Not even against a more modest rival, because they go for 100%. That's what I ask of my team. And you've been seeing it very heavily in his words in this press conference. Hansi Flick is reiterating the desire to win and to get the 3 points tomorrow. And Barcelona, they have to take it. It's simple. Barcelona, they have to go tomorrow with the desire to basically destroy Alavés. Go out there and get the victory. He talks about Real Madrid. He says, that's what we have. We've lost a lot of points, and that's why we have to win a lot of games in a row to put pressure on Real Madrid. The gap is not easy in the bridge, but we have to keep fighting. That's what this team wants to do, and they have an opportunity tomorrow. Let's see if they take it. He talks about the squad, about having at least 2 players in every position. He says, I think we have at least 2 players in every position, and that's very good. When Olmo returns, we'll have even more. It's important to have that wealth against Valencia, Fermin shown, and with Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin. It's very good to see that. And Barcelona, if we incorporate more players into the squad, Barcelona, they would be even more well suited to compete on all fronts. But Hansi Flick reiterating the team's strength. And one thing I would say, though, is that as much as Hansi Flick, he does have some faith in some of these players, I still have some doubts. For example, Eric Garcia and Gerard Martin, they're very good rotational options, but we would like some better quality in the team. And now moving on, guys, and talking about Javier Tebas. I don't understand why Javier Tebas has this obsession with Barcelona. Why is it that Javier Tebas has this desire to just go after Barcelona? Javier Tebas right now, he's talking about the Dani Olmo registration, and he's actively looking to cancel that. These are his words. He says, we have submitted an appeal to the CSD. We have also requested a precautionary measure to cancel Olmo's registration, a new precautionary measure that would override the previous one. He continues on. It says, government intervention doesn't give a good image, but we have followed all the rules, both the fair play rules and the federation's regulations. The decision by the CSD shows that they don't understand how player registrations work. There is an automated process. He continues on. It says, in Olmo's case on December the 31st, Barça was informed that they didn't have enough financial fair play to register him. When they tried to register his license, they were told, no, you can't do it. You don't have permission. It says by January the 3rd, Barca had the financial fair play needed, but then they were told, no, you can't register him because he was officially removed on December the 31st and a new license can't be issued. What did the monitoring committee do? They reviewed the situation because Barca had sent an official request, but Olmo's registration had already been denied. That is it. And those are the words from Javier Tebas. And I'm just boiling with rage. Why are you not focused on, for example, bettering the league, figuring out how Barcelona, forget about Barcelona. How about figuring out how La Liga can compete, for example, with the Premier League, with the other teams financially? Why is it that the teams in the Premier League are absolutely able to overpower and overspend like crazy? Focus on making La Liga better and not focusing on what Barcelona have with Dani Olmo. But I will be making sure, guys, to let you guys be updated in regards to all of the Dani Olmo's news. Any news that come out in regards to that, I will let you guys know. I don't see it very likely that the CSU will overturn and the Dani Olmo registration, but I will be making sure to keep you guys updated. But in regards to tomorrow's match, guys, let me know down below your score predictions. What type of lineup would you guys want to see in the match against Alavés, and what are your score predictions? Me personally, I would like to see a very strong lineup because Barcelona, they have an opportunity to clinch and reduce that point deficit that we do have against Real Madrid. I want Barcelona to go as strong as they possibly can. But one idea that is floating around is, guys, potentially Robert Lewandowski is benched and we put Ferran Torres. I've really liked Barcelona playing with that false nine, with that mobility between Lamine Yamal, Ferran, Rafinha. I really like the mobility between that front line, and against a team that is going to be very difficult to break down, I would want to see Hansi Flick try something different. Robert Lewandowski hasn't been at his sharpest in these past couple of games, and I would like to see something a little bit different. But would you guys start Robert Lewandowski for tomorrow's match? And as well, let me know your score predictions down below. But as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know about your thoughts on everything that I've discussed on today's video, and catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.